Hi, Jane.
Ah, hi, Jane. It's been a minute, right?
I think it has been.
Hmm.
So what's new?
Gosh, there's been a lot of movement. Um,
Things are taking shape.
they are. The salon is, I would say, quite lovely.
So
Fabulous.
speaking of the salon,
Mm-hmm.
we really haven't shared much about, the Mane Jane's amenities, difference,
Yep.
and pros and cons.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I think let's start with talking about chair rental versus commission.
Excellent. Gosh, the main Jane's difference, the independent versus commission. Well, first of all, I can only speak for us, but beautiful facility, absolutely stunning.
It's been fun to see how far it's come and to see the vision come to life.
The transformation that
Yes.
has taken place.
Yes.
Yep. That's a delicate thing because one of the things I had a conversation with a self-care expert, as I will call them, is the fact that there are a lot of businesses that are in love with the salon world, and it's spanky and new today, but in 5 years it has to be redone.
Absolutely. Yeah, the beige walls can last forever. No, I think of it very similar to the styles in the hair world, if you will. Just as style is always evolving with hair and clothing, you need to keep up with that to stay relevant.
So, in speaking with the GM, the differences. What are some of the differences?
So one of the big differences is the ability to rent shifts. So you and I have talked about boat guilt.
Can you tell our audience what that phrase means?
Boat guilt is, summer is such a short amount of time. And if you have a boat and you're not out on it all the time, there's that sense of guilt of, I paid so much for this, I'm putting so much into this, I should be using it all the time. And Jane, you and I have equated that to chair guilt. You're renting this chair in a salon, and if you're not using it, there's that guilt for losing or paying for something you're not using.
Absolutely.
So with Mane Jane's, if you want to work a shift, which shifts, there's 2 shifts every day, 6 a.m. to 2:30 or 3 to midnight, you can rent the amount of shifts you want to work. So if whatever works for you or your family, your lifestyle, if you only need 2 shifts to accommodate your clientele, that's all you have to pay for.
Game changer.
Yes.
Absolute game changer.
You're not throwing money away and buying, 5 days behind a chair, but only utilizing 2 or 3 of them. So,
and I like the counterpoint of renting or leasing shifts rather than the chair. Also, you do not need to do a 12-hour shift so that you don't experience chair guilt.
Right.
The additional counterpoint would be, well, I would rather just work one day and get it all over and done with, rather than having multiple days, which I can totally understand that. And then the other thing is, okay, Chloe, but then the next day when you are home with your babies, you are completely spent and exhausted.
I was just thinking that. Like, Jane, I've worked some 12-hour days. I am dog tired. My feet hurt. My brain is fried. Like, that's exhausting. I couldn't do that on a weekly basis.
Right.
Because it would, you need days to mentally and physically recover from that.
And so there's this bit of punishment in order to avoid chair guilt. And the main Jane's difference is renting shifts. And you can, 6 a.m. to a 2:30, that's a good, healthy shift.
It is.
I personally would recommend those independent stylists to choose 2 shifts so that you have a morning and day, and then their second shift being able to be late afternoon and then evening to kind of catch and care for all of their clientele.
And I think some people might look at those hours and think it's a little quirky, but if you have, I'm just thinking about, the early morning hours. If you have somebody who travels a lot for work or just does day trips and is like, hey, I'm flying to Boston at 9 a.m., I would love to have my hair shampooed and styled for this board meeting that I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you fit me in at 6:30
before I get
Tuesday
on the plane?
morning?
Absolutely.
Before I get on my plane?
Absolutely. I even think of the most beloved in our community, which is teachers, and teachers who are also mothers, or also on their plate is coaching volleyball. And the fact that they could come as an early morning appointment, as a 6:30 a.m. appointment to get their hair colored before the school day starts.
Yeah.
It allows the stylist to have truly some maximum timing options to, especially if they're wanting to maintain or also grow a clientele. I don't know about you, Jane, but there are days where I am traveling and plane hopping. And if I could have an option of coming in early, or for those that would choose the second shift, coming in at 9 p.m. at night. My children are tucked into their beds. Dinner is done. I have done my date night duties, and now I can go and get my hair done at the end.
Yeah.
Not taking away time from anybody.
Yeah.
Any of my loved ones.
We also have back bar for purchase.
This is amazing.
So no more having to run daily to the supply store. No more having to panic because your client showed up and you only have one tube of 5NN and you're going to need more than that.
Yeah. Think of it as a really lovely Whole Foods grocery experience. And you can select the items that you love and want to use, and they're right there on the shelf. And then you're able to just take it to the counter, pay for it, and get started with your guest. It's an amazing thing, and I don't know about you, but I love Whole Foods. You?
Oh, absolutely.
My goodness, it's one of my most favorite things. So that's also another big Mane Jane's difference. The other thing I think we need to discuss is the fact that coaching and education.
Yes, absolutely. That's a huge perk.
Is just a finger toggle switch away, in which our leasees are able to sign up, and if they should need additional education. I am struggling with clipper cutting, and for whatever reason, I am having more requests to do some more barbering type haircuts, and I'm a little unfamiliar with clippers. You can sign up for some one-on-one education of going through that.
One other perk that we do offer is coaching is included with full-time
Amazing.
shift renters. So
Just absolutely
that is a
game
great
changer.
perk.
Yes, absolutely. And for those that are working less shifts, not to worry. It is just a small nominal fee in which you can just purchase as you go. And if you find that coaching to be just absolutely addictive, like chocolate tort, then you can just order yourself another one as you go and as you get a little hankering. So that's amazing.
It is amazing. So lots of great things coming soon.
I am excited to meet your GM pick. Stay tuned, and if you're not following us yet, you can find us at the Mane Jane Salon on Instagram. Feel free to DM away and send us your questions. You will find the link in the bio, especially if you are one of our lovely independents that we have yet to meet. And you can sign up for your private tour as well. And so stay tuned, and we are only a DM away.